Hi and welcome back. If you're new to the channel, my name is Vince. Thanks for stopping by. You're very welcome here indeed. So time for another NMN suppliers website review. And as with many other website reviews, on initial inspection, this looks like a very good quality NMN supplier. However, dig a little bit deeper and all is not what it seems. Enough waffling off me. Let's jump into this week's NMN suppliers website review. So this week, the company we're going to look at who are selling NMN is Nutri-Vita Shop out of Lake Forest, California. This is their logo. And this is what their premises looks like from the outside. And there's more about their premises later. So let's dive in and see what they have got to offer. So this is the home page. If you scroll straight down to the bottom to begin with, you can see their address here is 8 Rancho Circle, Lake Forest. And we know what the place looks like. I'm not sure if this is just an office or if this area also contains their storage facility. So how long have this company been trading? Well, according to name.com, they've been up since the 27th of September 2011, so around 10 years, which is very good. Obviously not been selling NMN for 10 years, so maybe they were a supplement company. You can see there's a couple of different supplements here. And they've lately branched out into the anti-aging NMN type field. So on first sight, this site looks very professionally designed. But as we know, looks aren't everything when it comes to companies that sell NMN on the internet or on Amazon. Sorry, on a website or on Amazon. So will this company be a diamond or will it be a fugazi? Time will tell. Let's jump in and see what Nutri-Vita Shop have got to offer. So you can see here, someone from Grand Junction in the United States has bought something from the company. This is just a credibility app. So these pop-ups will pop up quite regularly and they kind of give you the impression that someone is buying from the shop. There is another one at that particular time and they're not. In some cases, it's people who have bought from the shop, but these purchases may be 10, 15, 20 hours or 10 days apart, but they rotate them through quite regularly to give you confidence that this is a well-to-do company that makes lots and lots of purchases, so you can trust them. Very much liked by dropshippers, and I'm not saying this is a dropshipper by any means, but just something to be aware of, that you can easily ignore these because it shouldn't give you any confidence and it's not a measure of this company's credibility. You can see here that they've got quite a few products and we're only going to focus on NMN and resveratrol. But one thing I wanted to mention is, and I've got to take some of the blame for this, I think, for people who comment on my videos, is that I've associated this kind of foil airtight packaging with dropshippers and people who buy direct from Alibaba and AliExpress. You can see here that this company on Alibaba sell green tea, and if you click on this, you can see, yes, they do sell those kind of foil packages, and many companies in Alibaba will do this. Dropshippers and Alibaba and AliExpress want to keep up with the times. They kind of realize that these two things are going together now with poor quality or Alibaba China type products. So now what they've started to offer in white packaging is complete ranges. So you can get the brown eco-friendly looking paper bags, you can get containers that look like they're made of wood, or you can get metal containers, as well as the silver foil packets. So just be aware that the packaging and these pop-ups that keep popping up are no measure of credibility, or they don't tell you, if you don't want to buy products like this from places like Alibaba, they don't necessarily mean that that product has come from Alibaba or AliExpress. So you can look over the whole site in your own time, which I have. I'm just going to focus on the points or the areas that I thought were interesting and warranted a question or actually caused some concern. So the first statement we've got here is why you should choose them as your supplier. And they say, we supply bulk supplements to you directly from the manufacturer with the highest standards of qualities and significant lower prices than our competitors. And that should say than, not then. And I think that should be significantly. That doesn't really matter. We'll check as to how cheap they are compared to competitors later on. The statement that really caused me some concern is this one, where it says all of our products are USP pharmaceutical grade or higher. So what is USP pharmaceutical grade? So if you look at this statement, it says it is a drug, biologic or reagent that is approved by the Food and Drug Administration for use in humans or animals, for which a chemical purity standard has been established by the USP NF or by the BP. So we all know there's not a pharmaceutical standard yet been established for resveratrol or NMN, but they're saying all of their products have got that, including matcha tea. I don't know. Scroll to the bottom of the page, and they've got a disclaimer here, which of course is going to be covered by a pop-up, and it says these statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration, and the products are not intended to diagnose, treat, or cure or prevent any disease. So I think that's a bit of a contradiction. We all know that there's no standard for NMN or resveratrol. They're saying that all of their products are USP pharmaceutical grade or higher. I think that's a bit of a contradiction. It's also a bit of a boast, and it may be illegal. I'm not too sure. Let me know if you're in America and if you can claim that something is pharmaceutical grade as stated by the USPNF or the BP, and let me know if you think they're breaking the law. That'd be interesting to find out. So let's take a look at their policy statement. You can check through this in slow time if you want. I'm just going to focus in on the things that I was a bit confused by. And again, I've read all of this, but let me know what you think about this statement. Inappropriate material. You are prohibited from posting or transmitting any unlawful, threatening, defamatory, libelous, obscene, pornographic, or profane material on the site. Now I get that if this is Facebook or Twitter, but this is a site you go to buy something and then leave. This may be a cut and paste from a bog standard policy template, but I don't think it belongs here. Let me know what you think. Then we can scroll down to another one which is really confusing. Limitations of liability, and it says here that Shopify assumes any responsibility or will be liable for any damages to or any viruses that may infect your computer or telecommunications equipment or other property caused by or arising from access to, use of, or browsing this website. That kind of says to me that if you haven't kept your antivirus software up to date and you browse this site and that virus infects and destroys your computer, that Shopify is going to be responsible. I don't think Shopify know about that, and let me know if you think that's a plausible statement. I'm not too sure if it is. Scroll all the way down to the bottom and to number 32, and it says here Nutravita Shop is a subsidiary of Naturecom Inc. If we clicked at Naturecom Inc, you can see here they make the same claim that all of their products are high quality USP grade. They also say on this that they've got their own manufacturing plant in China. And again, that's not particularly a problem, but when you look at this site and you look at the address at the bottom and you look at the phone number, you're assuming that all of this is made and processed, etc., in the United States. It's got nothing to do with China, because I know some people are a bit hesitant when it comes to buying chemicals or supplements from China. So just one thing to bear in mind. So let's take a quick look at their returns policy. And the first thing I wanted to highlight was, I've not seen this before on any website. It says that because of COVID, then they're not going to allow anyone to send stuff back. However, they will issue store credit. I'm not sure what the consumer laws are in America. I'm not sure if they're trying to get around having to allow people to send stuff back and trying to blame COVID. Be interested to get your thoughts on that. A good point here is they've got a statement about dietary supplements, and it says if you return more than 80% of it, then you're going to get a refund. So they allow you to use 20%. That's good. What isn't good is this statement, which smells a little bit of bad web development. Apparel and accessories must be unworn, unwashed, and in good condition with original tags and labels and in the original packaging. I've checked the site. They don't sell t-shirts and fidget spinners. So again, not necessarily a red flag. You've got grammar mistakes here, grammar mistakes in the policy, and you've got shoddy design work. So not a red flag, but definitely something that you'd want to think about if you're thinking about buying from this company. Right, let's take a look at their NMN. Click on shop, click on anti-aging, click on NMN shop now. And you can see here there's a 100% purity claim for beta nicotinamide mononucleotide. That's interesting. And if you look at the weights, you can buy anything from 5,000 milligrams all the way up to 25 kilograms. So anyone want to buy 25 kilograms? Let's have a look at 100 grams. You can see here on the packaging, there's no access to the back of the bottle or the packet, but you can see all the information that you would normally get in the back is here on the front, which is okay. You can also see, if you look there at that crease is not reflected in the 100% pure all natural sticker, so this is definitely a photoshopped image. So that's it for the NMN product. So moving on to cost, a 100-gram bag is going to cost you $245. Now, not so long ago, that was actually not a bad price. But if you've saw the video or seen the video that my wife and I did a while ago about Alive by Science, they've now dropped their 100-gram bag to $149.95. That's already $95 cheaper than this from Nutravita shop. If you then add the 10% my NMN discount code, that will go all the way down to $134.95, which is then $110 cheaper than this company Nutravita shop. So Alive by Science is offering it for $1.34 a gram, and this company is offering it for $2.45 a gram. So over $1 a gram more expensive if you buy from Nutravita shop. Right, let's take a look at their resveratrol, and you can see here that they offer 30 grams, all the way up to 25 kilos. Who'd want to buy that much for personal use? I don't know. 30 grams is going to cost you $25.95. Now that works out at 86 cents a gram, and that's extremely good. DoNotAge.org sell 30 grams also. That's going to cost you $45. So that's that's $1.50 a gram. They also say theirs is trans-resveratrol too. So if this is 100% pure trans-resveratrol powder, then maybe DoNotAge.org need to look at their prices. So that's it for their resveratrol. Now then, let's look at their certificates of purity. This is really important, and you can see here they have got a certificate of purity, very easy to click on, so that's good. And also microquality labs, so double bubble, we're happy with that. A red flag, however, for me is if you look at the date, this was the 18th of December 2019, so that's 17 months old. So if you're buying from them, you've only got about 7 or 8 months left shelf life, and if you're buying 25 kilos, which is what they offer, then you're not going to get through all that unless you're a reseller, if you like. So that's a red flag, a very old certificate of analysis for this product. If you think back to their resveratrol, which was 86 cents a gram, which is excellent for 100% pure, if we look at their COA, it's a cardboard box. So I'm guessing two things. Either it's cis resveratrol, which we don't want, or I and other companies that sell this would want to know where they can buy trans-resveratrol 100% pure and sell it for 86 cents a gram and still make a profit. That would be very interesting. So with regard to DoNotAge having to drop their prices by 60% to compete, I would forget that, because you can see that here that DoNotAge, their certificate is the 8th of March 2021, so only a couple of months old, compared to the NMN one, which is 16 months old, and the resveratrol one from this company, which is completely non-existent. So that's it for their certificates of purity, or their certificates of assay. Right, let's take a look at their Trustpilot page, and you can see here excellent with 4.5 stars, and they claimed their page in March 2020. I just wonder why it took them 10 years to claim the page. Now, when I wrote the script for this, which I did about 4 to 6 weeks ago, this review, or this score, was only average, and there was only a handful of reviews, and I actually wrote some of the names of the people who had asked questions, complained about customer service. Benjamin Angel was one of them, if you want to scroll through and try and find his comment. So I wondered what had prompted going from an average and a handful of reviews to excellent and 190. So I scrolled down, and I found this. Now this is good because what Trustpilot have now done is they've segregated the way that people are driven to the site. So you can see here that this comment by Marek was invited. So what happens is you buy from a company, and I think Do Not Age have started to do this as well. You buy from the company and then they send you the link and they ask you to write a review to tell people what you think, and it takes you to this page and then you write the review. Things I buy online and I get these, unless I am extremely impressed with it or really unimpressed, will I click on the link and actually make a comment. And if it's for something like a supplement, and this is where the companies sometimes when they do their evaluation get it wrong, is that I'll buy it, it'll be shipped to me, and 2 days later they'll ask me what it's like, and it's a 30-day supplement. I don't know after 2 days, so I just ignore the link. I'm just wondering why so many people, if you look at this, there's a lot of invited people that have made their comments. This one's verified, which is good, which means this person's gone out of their way to actually write a review, and you can see great value and speedy review. This one's verified, which is good, but the majority are all someone said something naughty there. The majority of these are all invited. Now this was invited and it's only given them 1 star. Another way that people can be enticed into writing these reviews is in that email that you are sent by the company. It will say, what did you think of our product? If you click on this link and leave a review, we will send you a 10% coupon code, or we will send you a free product. And then they get their quality manager to monitor this site, and if someone leaves a 5-star review, leaves a good comment, then they'll send them something free. I don't know that's what happens. If you bought from this company and you know they do try to incentivize you by offering free stuff to go and leave a comment, then that's all well and good. Kudos to Trustpilot, because before they didn't used to have this. It just said that someone had left a comment, and you could incentivize your customers to leave positive comments and big up the company just by offering them more products. So a good score, but I'm just curious as to why they went from average to excellent in 4 to 6 weeks, having been around for 10 years and only having an average score after 10 years. I'd be interested to see what you think about that. So if you bought from this company or you're considering buying from this company, I hope you found this review useful. Let's look at the 3 areas I normally look at and also red flags. First of all, the website, a professionally designed website. Couple of issues, the returns policy with regard to COVID, a couple of issues about Shopify paying for any damage to your computer. The main one though will be their statement about all of their products being pharmaceutical grade, but then when you look at what the FDA classes pharmaceutical grade, they're obviously not. So the contradiction there is a bit of an issue for me. That's going to earn them 8 out of 10. For certificates of assay, 1 for NMN, so that's good, they get a tick for that, but 16 months old. As far as I'm concerned, that's far too old for a certificate of analysis, so 0 out of 10 for that. Nothing on resveratrol. They do say it's 100% trans, but no certificates at all, so that's easy. That's 0 out of 10 also. For cost, now when I did the review, or when I looked at this first of all, remember I made a comment about the Trustpilot page, their 100 grams was $299. It's down to $245, so it's good that they brought their prices down in line with the likes of Alive by Science and Do Not Age. But $2.45 a gram is still well above what you'd pay from Alive by Science, especially if you use the My NMN discount code. So with regard to that, they're going to score 4 out of 10. Cost of resveratrol, far too low, less than $1 per gram, and no certificate of analysis. So for resveratrol, I'm afraid 0 out of 10 also. So that's going to get them in total 12 out of 50, which is 2 stars. And if you think, as I talked through the review, we flagged up a few things. I ended up giving them 2 red flags. Could have been 3, but I settled on 2. Let me know in the comments below if you think 2 is okay, or if you think I should have actually awarded the 3. I don't think 4 was warranted, but definitely 3. So will I buy from this company? Well, with regard to NMN, Micro Quality Lab Certificate of Analysis, so yes, but 16 months out of date, so that will be a no. I wouldn't buy my NMN from here. Resveratrol, far too cheap, and no certificate of analysis. So again, I wouldn't buy my resveratrol from this company. You might, and you may be happy, so that's all well and good. Let me know if you think the review has been good, and let me know in the comments below if there's another website that you would like me to review.